The film opens with a middle-aged widow named Rebecca and her two daughters preparing to travel. When they arrived at the luxurious house, they were greeted by a wealthy widower named Otto and his beautiful daughter, Agnes. This time, Rebecca and Otto were holding a wedding. Amidst the happiness, Agnes smiled at her two shabby stepsisters, Vera and Alma. That evening, Otto and his new family celebrated their wedding in a simple way. But during the celebration, Agnes panicked when she saw her father suddenly become short of breath. Then suddenly, Otto died of tuberculosis before he had the chance to enjoy the beauty of marriage. It was as if he were cursed. Shortly after Otto's death, Vera is seen bringing food to Agnes, looking worried. A moment later, Vera tried to cheer up Agnes and told her about her family's experiences since her father's death. Hearing this upset Agnes, especially since Vera had invited her to try her luck. In the midst of her annoyance, Agnes revealed a surprising fact. Their parents' marriage was an evil ploy by her father to obtain Vera's family's wealth. Moreover, her family currently owes money to loan sharks. Vera was shocked and rushed to tell her mother. Vera was shocked to see that her mother had been visited by loan sharks. Apparently, since Otto could not pay his debts, the loan sharks had confiscated his land and farm. Moments later, Rebecca felt weak when she realized that Otto was a jerk. It turned out that she also intended to take control of his property. In short, they deceived each other. Amidst the confusion, Vera, who wanted to live happily without working, said she would try to find a rich man willing to marry her. But at that moment, Rebecca asked Vera to be self-aware. With a shabby appearance like hers, Vera wouldn't be able to attract any man. Vera was lying down when she was surprised by someone coming in a short time. Apparently, the voice belonged to a royal guard who was inviting everyone to a royal dance party. At the party, the prince held a competition to find his soulmate. Vera was happy to hear this, especially since she felt that her wish would soon come true. After receiving the invitation, she rushed to tell her mother. The next day, to fulfill Vera's wish of becoming empress, Rebecca took her daughter to a plastic surgeon. Initially, Rebecca planned to remove Vera's braces and operate on her nose. However, Alma was severely shocked when she saw the nurse cleaning up the blood spilled in the operating room. A few moments later, Alma was horrified by the surgical method the doctor planned to use. After removing the braces, the doctor is preparing to perform a nose operation. Is he a doctor or a builder? The patients were shocked when they saw the nurse give the doctor a hammer and chisel. It really hurts. Vera also experienced extreme pain after her surgery. Shortly after using a nose brace, Vera was seen gathering with the other girls for training. Soon after, the committee welcomed the arrival of the girls, immediately naming Sophie as their leader. Sophie asked all the girls to do their best during the selection process. During the training, Fania, an unhappy dance teacher, immediately asked Vera to move to the back row.
Proszę.
Vera was also sad when she was grouped with girls who weren't considered beautiful.
Bra.
During dinner, Agnes said that she had already chosen a date for her father's burial. However, Rebecca immediately rejected the idea, since they didn't have the money for it. Upon hearing this, Agnes became annoyed as well. She already knew that her stepmother had sold the rest of her father's assets to pay for Vera's operation. Amidst her sadness, Agnes went to the room where her father's body was kept. Agnes was immediately shocked when she saw her father's rotting body. The next day, the girls are seen undergoing additional training to help them appear graceful in front of the prince. After practice, Vera and the other girls anxiously awaited the selection results. Amidst her disbelief, Vera was happy to be the last person to advance to the next stage. Despite her happiness, she imagined how wonderful it would be to be with the prince. Long story short, Fania demonstrates a new dance technique that the cues must perform. After demonstrating his technique, Fania immediately pointed to Vera, instructing her to show her abilities.
Stop.
Fania was instantly disappointed when she saw Vera's stiff movements. Moments later, fed up, Fania said she didn't want to see Vera, who had no talent. It turned out that Vera had passed because an insider helped her after Rebecca bribed the committee. After revealing all this, Fania immediately called Agnes and 2 other girls for testing. At that moment, Vera felt sad and ashamed. The next day, Vera was seen waiting in line for her interview.
Prinsen kommer att älska dig. Tack. Elvira?
However, during the sharing session, Vera revealed that she was insecure about her abilities and appearance. In fact, her mother was willing to spend a lot of money on surgery for her. Sophie was stunned when he saw Vera's sharp nose, which was still swollen. He said that Vera's beauty would soon be perfect. Moments later, Sophie, who had received illicit money, rushed to find something to speed up Vera's strict diet.
Mitt hjärta brister med en jag inte älskar.
After taking the test, Vera invited Alma to rest for a moment before heading home. Moments later, Vera showed Alma the gift that Sophie had given her. Apparently, the object was a tapeworm egg that would help her lose weight, which was really far-fetched. According to her, the egg could transform her body from that of a bass to that of a Spanish guitar. Hearing this, Alma was horrified and asked her sister not to act stupidly. Moreover, what Vera was doing could endanger her life. However, it was clear that Vera ignored this because she was severely obsessed. Annoyed by her sister's stubbornness, Alma decided to go home.
tillbaka!
A few moments later, Vera prepared to swallow the tapeworm eggs. A few moments later, Vera prepared to swallow the tapeworm eggs. Vera couldn't believe her luck when she met her dream prince. But when her friends laughed at her, Julian, the prince, said he wasn't interested in Vera, who looked like a clown. However, we can see that the obsessed Vera continues to imagine being with Prince Julian. Meanwhile, at home, Agnès was pushing to speed up the funeral process for her father when she got into a heated argument with Rebecca. As a result, Rebecca finally made Agnès a maid. Long story short, 3 months later, Rebecca is seen preparing to see the results of her son's surgery. It's amazing. Rebecca was thrilled when she saw how successful Vera's nose surgery was. We can see that Vera's appearance has changed drastically. The tapeworm egg therapy Vera underwent succeeded in making her slim. Now Vera is determined to prove that her beauty can compete with Agnès. Shortly after, Vera underwent a second surgery, an eyelash transplant. The doctor was confident that the procedure would make her eyelashes thicker and stronger. The doctor also offered to upgrade her pride button like the other women there. However, during the preparation process, Vera suddenly panicked when she saw a sewing needle that resembled a fishing hook. Vera, who was blind due to extreme surgery, suddenly experienced extreme hunger in the middle of the night. Apparently, the tapeworm in her stomach was getting out of control. When Agnès arrived, she felt sorry for Vera and gave her some food right away. Agnès was surprised by Vera's very greedy appetite at that moment. A few days later, Sophie and Vanya were seen discussing who would be eliminated that day. Before that, however, Sophie asked Vanya not to eliminate Vera. After all, Vera was someone he had been entrusted with.
Musisz się uśmiechać. Nie.
Vera should have been eliminated, but instead, a woman named Joya was eliminated. Moments later, Vanya appointed Vera as the core dancer, disgusted by the turn of events. In the evening, Agnès was seen feeding Vera, who was always hungry. She could finish a week's worth of food in just 2 days. Vera apologized, saying that she had recently felt something was wrong with her body. Moments later, Agnès became annoyed when Vera used her comb. Vera was experiencing extreme hair loss. Seeing this, Vera was severely shocked. After her bath, Vera was seen being woken up by her mother, who was trying to show her something.
Du anar ikke hva dette her har kostet.
Vera was overjoyed when she saw the party dress her mother had bought for her. Moments later, Rebecca called Agnes to help Vera. The dress seller, Teddy, was immediately smitten when he saw Agnes's natural beauty. Of course, Agnes didn't want to be treated like that. After Rebecca scolded her, Teddy invited Vera to see the best dress he had made.
Så now.
Rebecca was shocked when her daughter suddenly went bald, but Teddy immediately gave her a wig to cover it up. Rebecca felt it was no problem and was sure that Vera would succeed in charming Prince Julian. When night falls, the hungry Vera returns to look for any remaining food. Meanwhile, Agnes, who also wants to go to the dance party, looks for her mother's heirloom dress. Vera became annoyed when she realized that Agnes was preparing for the dance party. Fearing that she would lose the competition, Vera tried to sabotage it. Seeing Vera panic, Rebecca asked her to calm down. According to Rebecca, Agnes would not be able to attend the party with a torn dress. After sharing this information, Rebecca asked her daughter to take her medicine and go to sleep in preparation for the next day. Meanwhile, Agnes, who had been wronged, was seen sleeping on top of her father's rotting, maggot-ridden corpse while enduring its stench. Suddenly, a miracle happened.
Agnes.
Amidst the disbelief, the mother told her that, thanks to her magical abilities, she would help Agnes attend the party. Not only that, but her magical silkworms had woven her torn dress back together. However, the mother asked Agnes to come home before midnight, because she was now a Cinderella. Long story short, the dance party was finally held. Vera couldn't believe that her dream had come true at that moment. Amidst the lively atmosphere, the royal guard asked the girls to prepare for their introduction to the prince.
Fröken von Hoff av Wellhaven, lång och har 7
Skulle gärna smaka på hennes ostron.
i blomsterarrangemang och
Du, sänder enligt...
While waiting for the call, Rebecca tried to convince her daughter that if Vera was chosen, their lives would no longer be difficult. Soon after, the guard called for Vera to appear.
170 Rebecca von Rosenhoff på långa promenader.
Det var med en liten läcka.
Julian and everyone else were instantly amazed by Vera's stunning beauty. After the introduction, Rebecca said that many nobles were currently captivated by Vera. A moment later, the guards asked the girls to get ready, as the prince was about to choose his dance partner. In the middle of choosing a dance partner, Vera panicked when her stomach growled again. After undergoing a painful operation, Vera's dream finally came true when Prince Julian chose her as his dance partner, unexpectedly. However, Amidst the festive celebration, the prince's attention was immediately diverted by the arrival of a mysterious woman wearing a white dress and veil. Vera was suddenly hurt when the woman diverted the prince's attention. All the pain she endured to be beautiful was for nothing. A moment later, Vera panicked when she felt extreme nausea. Vera was shocked when she vomited a lot of tapeworm eggs. It turned out that the tapeworm she had swallowed had already reproduced in her intestines. While she was still in shock, Rebecca came and immediately invited her back to the party. Even though Vera didn't end up with the prince, many other wealthy nobles still wanted to be her partner. However, Vera panicked and revealed that something was wrong with her body.
Vänta!
Vera became annoyed when she found out that the mysterious woman who had stolen the prince was Agnes. Sometime later, after failing to catch up with Agnes, Julian, who had obtained one of Agnes's shoes, intended to hold a competition. He would marry any woman whose foot could fit into the shoe. Vera was so annoyed after arriving home that her chest was heaving. She was determined to finish off Agnes. Amidst the chaos, Rebecca, who had just arrived home, asked Vera to go to her room and stop being silly. She also told her to accept the fact that she would never win the prince's heart. Vera became even more annoyed after grabbing one of Agnes's shoes when she realized that her feet did not fit into it. A moment later, Vera brought a knife to her feet. Because of her crazy obsession with Julian, Vera was determined to cut off her feet so they would fit into the Shaolin shoes. Alma was shocked when she saw her brother's extreme condition a moment later. Rebecca was also shocked when she saw her daughter's condition. She immediately gave Vera an anesthetic to reduce her pain. Moments later, Rebecca felt sorry for Vera, who had cut off her right toe, even though the shoe the prince was carrying was her left shoe. Feeling overwhelmed, Rebecca decided to cut off her other foot.
Sänd genast bud till slottet.
The next day, despite the excruciating pain in her legs, Vera rushed to meet the prince when she heard that the royal party was coming. Amidst the chaos, Vera felt weak when she saw Agnes preparing to meet the prince. Vera's hopes were immediately dashed when she heard that the prince had chosen Agnes to be his wife. Soon after, upon seeing her sister's fragile condition, Alma asked her to remove all the tapeworms from her body. Furthermore, all of her dreams had disappeared. Alma rushed to pull out the tapeworm as she saw it about to come out. Thanks to Alma's help, Vera finally managed to get rid of the tapeworm living in her body. Now, Alma intends to invite her sister to start a new life with her. Meanwhile, Vera's mother is being blinded by another man who is ruining her life. A moment later, when Alma was about to offer the jewelry as collateral, her mother was busy playing adult games with a man. A few moments later, Alma, the kind younger sister, tried to help Vera leave immediately, leaving their mother happy with her new man. Unexpectedly, Agnes, who had been focused on living with the prince, forgot about her father's body. Then, the film ended.